Hey everyone, how's it going? And welcome back to Tales from the Table Studio. We're really excited to be back here tonight. It's going to be awesome. I'm very much looking forward to this session. I'm Lion. Uh, just real quick before we get started tonight with Rega, Shadow of the Dragon. A few things I want to go over. First, DTA will be off next week, but never fear, we will be bringing you some very exciting content Tuesday night at 8:30 p.m. EST, courtesy of Justina, as we return to Liminal Horror. That's going to be great, and I can't wait for y'all to check that out. Um, yes, and then we'll be off on Thursday, and then have something in the works for next Tuesday, which I can't announce just yet, but keep an eye over on my Twitter, and you'll be able to see a little bit more about that. I think that's pretty much everything I have to say, so I'm going to pass things over to our amazing GM, and we're going to get to it. Jack, take it away.
Welcome back to the successor states of Rega, Shadow of the Dragon. When last we left our intrepid crew, they were marching through the snow, having dealt with a large number of kobolds and their dragonborn sorcerer leader. And they have approached a great upthrust rock further up into the northeast hills, northeast of their hometown, their home base town of Bersovia. The snow is thick, but the sky is clear. It's probably mid-afternoon as they approach this large rock. And I'm going to just start by handing it off to them to introduce themselves. I, of course, am Jack Kellum, Jack Gogsbane of Gods and Game Masters. And I would love to introduce to you Hugh.
Hi, I'm Q, Dorian_Black, and places. I'm currently playing Kole Igniades, a city dwarf forged cleric to the goddess Ignia, and I'm ready to get started.
All right, Justina.
Hey, I'm Justina. I'll be playing Florenta, who is a human rogue thief, and I'm looking forward to it tonight. Let's go.
And Rev.
Hi, I'm Rev. I write the games for Thought Police. You can find us on Twitter at _Thought Police. And I'm playing Oldie, who is a wonderful, happy little halfling bard who believes in the power of friendship, tag teaming our companions with Luka.
Phrasing.
Speaking of Luka, Dell.
Hello, I am Dell. I play Luka, Spartoi, Paladin of Redemption, a follower of Kaela, and resident Thembo, who also tag teams with Oldie as far as the power of friendship and love and redemption goes. Yes, phrasing.
I don't think that's a thing anymore. Now, Lion has already talked about other things, but he should talk about his place in this cast.
Hi, I'm Lion. You can find me at the Lion Knight 42 over on Twitter, or here where I run Tales from the Table Studios. Tonight I will be playing Abellus, very interesting Sor-Lock who is generally of two minds about everything and just drips sarcasm.
I think they have medicine for that. But anyway.
I don't think he would take it. This is by choice.
As our heroes are approaching the stone edifice, that basically broken off piece of mountain further out in the hills and plains of the Margravate of Skiritaut there in the north of Scaria. They are accompanied, if you recall, by a glut barbarian who they redeemed and converted. A glut, of course, in this setting is usually they are a perpetually rabid, continually berserking Wolverine folk. This one, while he is not perpetually berserking, he's still quite capable of doing so. They're also accompanied by someone they got a hold of in town, Ivan, the ranger, who apparently has some expertise in cold weather and in hunting dragons specifically. He's the one who has helped to lead them this far. Not that it necessarily would have been too difficult to find it, but they asked him to come along, so he did. There they are, moving through the snow toward the upthrust edifice, with the understanding that the ridge around near the top might hide snipers or someone else in ambush. So the first thing I want to do is ask my intrepid heroes how they plan to approach, since they're pretty certain the cave is in the northern face and they're on the southwestern face.
Okay. Van, which way do you think would be the best to approach?
It is difficult to say. It might be, remember, they are going to see us coming. So I guess it is best we move up quickly to the stone, because it's very hard to peek out over edge and shoot down, because it's not actually like a battlement where such things are made, for the purpose. It is just rock and wrong angles and things. So if we can get up against the stone, they have much more trouble shooting at us.
Which is good for us, yes.
I would say so, because it is very hard to shoot at them when they have, elevation and cover. If they're even there, which we don't know yet.
Right. So, does anyone have any other plans or suggestions? Or shall we just go straight ahead?
I mean, if something's above me, there isn't going to be much that I can do outside of hold up my shield for anybody under me. But
Oh, good. Then I know where I'll be.
At which point Kerberos says, luckily, you are very tall and can hold shield up high overhead.
exactly, I might even be able to get to.
Right.
Oh,
One
good.
can only hope.
I'm always willing to share.
So we are going to run straight.
I
am not fast.
All right. So
Zigzag
Kerberos
formation.
takes off at his top speed,
okay.
and they're just a zoom. It's like watching the Tasmanian devil spin across snow as he just blurs over there. He's not supernaturally fast, but he is both a barbarian and a glut, which means he's pretty darn fast.
Yeah.
At
My
least-
guy.
When he's taking a dash, he's crossing 100,
At
Yeah.
least he'll
100
get rid of any traps that might be set for
he's
him.
crossing 100 feet around. So it
That
only
is
takes
true.
him just not a super long length of time to get across the field and up against the rock. At no point does anything take a shot at him.
Okay.
Nothing even pokes its head up.
Okay. Well, that is a good sign. Shall we?
They didn't shoot me.
We noticed.
Good.
Boy. All right.
Is he always this way?
Well, this is all relatively new. So,
All right.
it used to be, bloodthirsty, ravenous, berserking creature, and now he's like a person. Sorry, not that he
So-
wasn't like a person before, but like
You're
more
doing really
clear.
well with this words thing.
It's
I
something.
have never said that I am good at those. I just wanted to go ahead and say that now. I've never claimed that was my forte. I'm sorry. We should go, maybe.
All right. So I am going to wait and be a little further back from you so that as you advance, if they pop up to shoot at you, I will shoot at them.
This is a good plan.
It's an excellent plan.
Excellent.
Before we go in, Jack, I would like to spend 3 of my sorcery points to create a level 2 spell slot.
Very good.
Awesome.
All right.
Yes.
As you are advancing, I'm assuming you're advancing quickly, basically in a staggered formation, since we already talked about how most of you shouldn't be close together in case of, you know, fireball or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. So
Meh.
making it across, you can tell that Ivan is holding back with his massive recurve longbow already, you know, knocked and ready, watching. And it's almost disappointing and certainly a little worrisome that he never has to shoot at anyone, that there's not ever any indication that there's anybody up there.
Interesting.
Oh, good. So either we're all alone and safe, or they're further in and we're likely going to die here. Comforting.
Your
Yes, I am-
positivity is really reassuring.
as you make it all, as all of you make it up to the southwest wall of this thing, Ivan is saying, if they were, this does confuse me, because if I was here, I would have had people up top. But I also would not leave this place and not use it if I were a dragon. There is something going on I do not understand.
Oh, comforting.
Perhaps if we're fortunate, my earlier aggression may have caused them to consider things twice.
Or yeah.
For not knowing what is going on, join the pack. I never know what is going on. It's fine.
Oh, yes. Perfectly fine.
So, at this point, Kerberos will start to make his way around the curve of the rock to make it around to the north face. He's moving relatively slowly, giving a chance for everybody to move with him and stay, you know, as undercover as possible. It still doesn't take very long to get to the opening, and there is no point at which you face opposition until you are at the opening, which is actually what is shown on the owlbear right now. Yep. And you can see in the hole, and that's about as far as you can see with dark vision, because it is not lit inside. It is only even the deepest part isn't really dim, though, because there's some light getting in to that distance.
All right. This is likely a trap. Well, almost certainly a trap. So, everyone, show up your resolve. Are you ready to go in?
I am. Are you?
Yes.
Good. So you and me in the front again?
Correct.
Okay.
I was literally made for this. However, speaking of words earlier, I would like to point out, regardless of whether it was said in jest or not, Abellus, my response was not whole. I will always hope that I'm a better paladin than I am a Spartoi.
Spoken like a true believer. I suppose we'll find out.
That we will. I'll
And
take you
So
back.
as you're approaching the opening, Kole and Kerberos have the best view in, and you can see that at the point where you lose sight, that is also on those sides. Those sides seem to be a little further out. You can see it curving away. So it's a pretty obvious place where if there's going to be something like an ambush, it's probably there, since the rest of it is clear and there doesn't seem to be any place they could be hiding.
Okay. We are going to step forward very carefully.
Mm-hmm.
I want to check my things.
Oh, Jack, where did we leave off health and spell wise?
We've taken a rest.
You
I
had
thought
taken a
so.
rest. You had gotten, as I recall, completely healed up. You did not use any spells, Bell.
No.
Luka did not use any spells or slots. Kole, I believe, used a couple of spells.
I did.
Yeah.
So during that rest, could I have gotten some of my spell slots back?
Only if you use up your channel divinity to do so.
Done.
Okay.
Okay, I have my sticky note here. I still
Then
have.
in that
I still
case-
have my bardic inspiration.
Then at that point, you can get as many as 3 spell levels back, Kole. And I think that's all you spent was 1, 2, and 1, 1.
No, I spent a third.
Okay.
I spent a third because Spear Guardians.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can get that third back.
Yeah, we're definitely going to.
That's smart.
Yeah.
And the
For
people who had
reason.
8 on them still have 8, correct?
Yes.
Yes, that lasts for 8 hours. And because I know that the travel wasn't too long. I think I cast it like right before we started
And
walking.
you've
up
got
here.
you've got at least
So,
2 hours left of it.
Yeah, and Oldie has 8. Not 8, warding bond.
Yep. All
You
right.
said marriage?
So you move forward to that
Yeah,
spot.
marriage bond.
And Kole,
No,
at that point, I need you to go ahead and as everyone else is moving behind you, yes, obviously, but and in your normal, in your normal patterns, which I'll rearrange here in a second. Oh no, it actually worked out like it was supposed to this time. Haha.
Ah,
Go ahead and make a perception check, Kole. I am assuming that since you got the angle on it, you'll be looking, even though you're on the right, you'll be looking to the left and vice versa.
yeah. That is a 25.
That is certainly enough. There is, you and Kerberos probably at the same moment indicate yeah, there's somebody there as you both catch sight of carefully hidden, well hidden kobolds nestled up against the rock with their armor colored in such ways as to camouflage against the rock.
Perfect.
So you may now, if you like, roll initiative.
I would love to. Can I do something before initiative, or is it just?
That
Do
depends.
this
What
one.
are you going to try to do?
I was gonna cast light on my hammer.
I'll allow it.
Fantastic. Okay, and now I'll roll initiative.
Indeed.
Let's do it.
Nice.
did we all roll initiative? Yes, not just Cole?
Yes. Yeah, because like I said, Kerberos is warning you, and I assumed Kole would as well.
Oh no, we're not off to a good start tonight.
Uh-oh. Okay. Oldie, remember that you have a +1 to your AC and you have resistance on all damage.
They're not actually goblinoids. I'm just using this for kobold because it's better than what I was using last time.
Who was it that got Bardic Inspiration right before we finished? Does anyone remember it was you?
Me. I wrote it down.
Cool.
It was Luka.
Awesome.
All right. Abellus, what is your initiative?
5.
Ooh, big
Buddy.
roller.
Oh, buddy.
All right.
It's bad.
17.
It's real bad.
Very good. Florenta goes on a 17. Excellent. Oldie.
I'm actually like super on the ball today. I'm going on an unnatural 20.
Ooh.
Look at you.
Nice.
20, if you will.
Luka.
Okay, so I can't remember. Is the Sentinel Shield, because it cuts off on my character sheet. Is
You have
it
advantage.
perception?
It is perception and initiative.
Because, yay. Okay, hold on.
And
That's-
somebody else had advantage on initiative.
Literally every time I have advantage, I roll the
You roll the
same
same
die. I go on a 10.
Very unfortunate.
I'm-
Yeah, somebody just got an item that gives them advantage on initiative.
Oh,
Rev called it last time that literally every time I have advantage on a roll, I roll the same number. I need that
Yeah,
to stop.
I think it was you. Didn't you get the Dragon Touch focus?
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Do it. Do better.
Oh, that is the opposite. I got a 24.
is
We
a
went
lot
from a
better.
1 to a 20.
Wow.
I know when you get new
Wow.
items, it is hard to remember sometimes.
Yeah, it takes a minute. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Luka
try to be
statement,
nice
I am
before I
not
murder.
fast.
Yeah, sure.
All right, Cole.
Cole got a 16.
Well done.
Yeah.
Poor Luka.
They're doing their best, you know?
All right.
They are.
You know where they are, Abellus, and you go first.
All right. Oh, but I don't want to be in the front. Mm.
Well, I mean, you have line of sight on some of them on your right side in front.
Do I? Oh, yes. All right. Well, then, I am going to spend one of my sorcery points to quicken an Eldritch Blast.
I'm pretty certain Quicken actually costs 2. I looked that up before, by the way.
I thought it was 2 for a first level spell. Am I just confused? I might be confused. It's fine. I will pay 2. I will.
Hang on. Let me double check it.
Okay. But either way, I'll pay whatever the necessary cost is, and Abellus will thrust out his hands and blast off the same sort of fractured, just butterfly-shaped shards of energy. Both are going to be aimed at the closest one on the left.
Mm-hmm.
That's cocked. That is 18 plus. So
That will certainly hit.
next one is
I moved someone.
26.
I tried to expand it on my phone, and I think I
You say
moved
26.
me.
Is that 26 to hit or 26 points of
It's
damage?
26 to hit on the second one.
Okay, well, they both hit.
Wonderful. So that is 11 damage and 6 damage. So a total of 17 points of force damage. And if it is still alive, I can shove it away from me, and I would like to shove it into their friend behind them.
Well, you are certainly shoving them,
Good.
but they are not still alive.
Oh, even better.
You just ragdolled. Yeah, you just ragdolled him good. It did take both Eldritch Blasts,
Okay.
but you ragdolled him good.
And then Abellus is going to look over at the other side and go, "You're next!" And I'm going to cast another Eldritch Blast.
Quicken spell. When you cast a spell that has a casting time of 1 action, you can spend 2 sorcery points to change the casting time to 1 bonus.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Just it
Jack,
hasn't
while
made a
he's
difference.
rolling,
Yeah.
Can you? I moved me on accident. I had it on my phone. I tried to
I will
expand
move you
my
back up.
screen. I'm sorry.
No worries.
No problem. I will move you back up. Yeah.
So the first attack is 13,
That will actually not succeed.
and the second one is 22.
That one will hit.
Huzzah! And that one will be 12 points of force damage, and once again shoving them back into their friendo with another one of those just sort of black and pink and green blasts of energy.
Yeah. Okay. So both of those kobolds are dead.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate for them, I guess. And then Abellus is going to take one step back and position themselves behind Luka. You've got the big shield. You've got this.
All right. It is at this point that you look up as a creature flies over you screeching.
Oh, no.
It looks like a kobold, but it has wings.
Flying kobolds.
Dragon rots.
And it drops as it flies over. As it flies over the center of the party, as you discover, of course, it is as you're looking up, as you hear the screeching, you realize it is quite a high ceiling, probably 30 or 40 feet. And this thing's about 25 feet up, skimming the top of the frozen cave with its back as it glides along, and it drops a rock at the middle of the party. But it fails to hit anybody. The rock slams down at Florenta's feet, and the small flying kobold thing ends up out here somewhere.
Perfect.
Oldie, it is your turn.
Let me see here. So, just looks like it's some kobolds for now. So, I'm just going to move up next to Kole.
Mm-hmm.
That's within my movement. Boop. Just move Oldie there. And then I'm going to blast the one that's directly in my line of sight.
The first one there.
Yep. There's like,
Very good.
one right behind him, just going to hit him with Firebolt, or try to.
Sure.
And let's see, 9 plus 7 does an AC of 16 hit.
It does.
Ah, most excellent.
I mean, not for the kobold.
Meh.
Oh no.
Right. Oh,
I was going to say they'll live, but that is not true. Not if we're
That's-
lucky.
That is a lie. That is in fact wrong.
Let's say in that level 5 is 2d10.
It is.
Yep. And so that's 7 plus 4 is 11 fire.
Your firebolt slams straight into his chest and bursts in flames all over him, catching his hide armor on fire, and he staggers back into his buddy and then bounces off into the wall as he screams as his face is functionally melting under the flame.
Oh God!
Bumps to the ground.
I'm sorry, guy.
Are you though?
Fire's a nasty way to go. Just say.
Yeah.
It's rough times.
That seemed to work. Do it again. Do it again.
And then, I'm not taking a bonus action or anything. I just wanted to move up next to my bestie and hit one of the kobold.
No Bardic.
Spread that bard love.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget the inspiration, my guy.
All right.
These are just the little guys.
Saving it.
I'm saving some things for when there's something nastier. Because I am sure that these are just the
Coming
cannon
out of the
fodder.
dark is a kobold that looks like it might be older than the other kobolds. It's a little stooped and it's moving with a cane, although it's still moving quite swiftly and agilely. And it mutters and waves in the direction of your party
Shaman.
and throws a snowball, which then arcs across that distance, drops right at Florenta's feet, and then explodes into a flurry of snowballs in all directions. Make a dex save, everyone, please.
This is gonna go
Oh,
so
no.
well.
Don't like this.
No.
Oh, okay.
Can I pick a different one?
I'm afraid you
No.
cannot.
No, it's not how that goes. So I got 15.
19.
Also 15.
Go 14.
22.
That 22 is probably going to be okay. It's just a guess. It's not a guess. It's going to be fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, the DC is 13.
Oh, sweet.
Oh,
So I think everyone actually made it, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So everyone takes 9 points of damage instead of the 17 that it rolled.
Okay.
Take 9 cold damage.
Okay, then Oldie, are rounding up or rounding down?
For yours, for what Oldie takes, it'll be rounding down. For you, it'll be rounding up.
Cool.
In other words,
That
you
is-
take the 5, he takes the 4.
Yeah.
And we'll alternate next time.
No,
Kobolds do not count for any of my resistances, right?
They would if they had if it was a breath weapon. If a kobold has a breath weapon or a fear effect, then yes.
Okay.
And if
Okay.
they use a magic that is lightning, then yes. But this is a spell, not a draconic ability.
Okay.
Cool
And
beans.
how many kobolds are there?
Well, at the moment, you only see, of 3. There's the winged kobold outside. There's the 1 kobold against the wall, and then the kobold sorcerer who just moved into view.
Got it.
And then it's 45 to there. So he moves here. Yep, he can just barely. Yep, he can just barely get within melee range. This creature is a very fast-moving kobold who is also even paler than the other whitish, bluish-white kobolds, and is sort of hissing unpleasantly as it moves into the more brightly lit area you're in here.
Mhm.
It's also neither armed nor dressed, and you can see that its flesh is kind of shriveled against its body as it bears long fangs and comes in for a bite on Kole.
Excuse you.
Hmm.
no sense of personal space.
None.
None.
How rude.
Now you're escalating it. Biting my bestie. Mm-mm.
All right.
Now you're making it personal.
However, I don't think a 16 hits you.
It is not.
All right, your shield keeps that bite from getting at you.
Great.
Kong.
Bonk it off.
All right. Florenta, you're next. Kole, you're on deck.
Okay, so Florenta is going to take aim at the sorcerer.
Very good.
Yeah.
Always kill anything that casts magic.
Eat the mage.
Eek the mage. Or the healer. Wait, no, that's me. Wait.
All right, so I got a natural 20 on that one.
Yes.
Very good.
Let's go.
Go
All right,
waifu.
remember you double all of your dice,
Including
but not the bonus.
Okay.
Still good.
6. So that's 12. Oh wow. So that's 18 points of damage.
Very good. You did not have advantage, so
Right.
18 points of damage. The arrow slams into his shoulder. It obviously hurts, but he does not go down.
All right, then we'll look at the terrain here. Would it be possible to hide maybe behind one of the outcroppings of rock back near?
Just behind Yvonne, perhaps.
Yes, behind Yvonne.
Between using Yvonne, who's a massive being, and that piece of rock, yes, you can attempt to do so.
All right. Oh God, 25.
Heck yeah.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Okay.
That's like a
Oh,
stupid
you're-
bonus I have. Go ahead.
It's true. It's true. Kole, you're up.
All right. So there's this vampire kobold on me, which is weird.
Yeah.
All right. So with my hammer, we're just gonna go ahead and try and whack him off of my shield.
Yeah.
And at the same time, the handle will light on fire and shoot from it my spiritual weapon, which is going to shoot out like Thor's hammer and come back for the attack.
Yep.
Very cool.
All right.
Yep.
So
It is a bonus action and it attacks immediately.
you nice. Loving me today. So that's a 23 to hit for the hammer
Excellent.
and a 25 for the spiritual weapon.
They will both hit. Hey, do me a favor. Add a 1d4 radiant to that hammer damage. Your original hammer damage.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
A favor, you know.
Yeah. All right. So that is 6, 9, 11 for the hammer attack. All right, and then the spiritual weapon 88. Aha. That is 8 damage from the spiritual weapon.
All right. So we've got 8 force and 11 from the hammer. Does that count the 4 radiant? The 1d4 radiant?
It does count the D4 radiant. I only rolled a 2.
Very good.
Better than nothing.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, you got a sizable pair of hits in on this creature. It is quite upset at the feel of your actual physical hammer as the light spell you cast on your hammer kind of pulses twice after it impacts, and it kind of burns into the creature's flesh where you struck it, which was right across the cheek.
Very good.
If anything, it is, in fact, at this point, far more angry.
Good. Bring it on. Come on.
Mm-hmm. Double checking a couple things real quick. You hear a kind of loud whooshing sound and maybe some flapping of wings from deeper inside the cave.
Okay.
Not good.
Like on a
Yeah,
scale of
man.
like hertz.
It was definitely a lot louder than the flying kobold.
One to nope, maybe.
I'd say it was somewhere in the a 7 on the Richter scale of nope at your current level.
Got it.
Okay,
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
good.
So that's like a nuh-uh.
It's a good
Got
number.
it.
Good
Okay.
solid number.
Mm-mm.
It could be, something like, can we not maybe?
Mm-hmm. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
Not that
That's a
It's solid.
Yeah, it's something. Whoa.
And at this time, you cannot see the thing in question, nor are you entirely clear on what it may or may not have done. So there's that.
Cool.
Okay.
There's that.
Good.
That's
And then it's Kerberos' turn.
not worrying at all.
No. Why would we worry?
No reason.
Let's go spot.
So yeah, for much the same reasoning as Florenta had, Spot immediately goes after the sorcerer.
Like you do.
Crosses that distance.
He's a thinker. That's why he's on the team.
Technically speaking, he actually is. So he makes it over there. He uses a bonus action to rage on the way over.
As one does.
And interestingly enough, there's this silvery glow around his axe as he's striking.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Very.
And he will take 2 battle axe shots, 2-handed at this thing. First one hits. Second one hits. All right, so the first one does only 8 slashing, but then it does 9 radiant.
Something is happening.
The second one blasts in and does 14 slashing, but no radiant. However, that damage on top of the not at all insignificant amount that Florenta dealt to it already leaves you with an X sorcerer.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
Good
In point
job,
of fact,
Spot.
he slashed through it on the first shot with the radiant damage burning the pieces as they flew sideways, and then came back around and slashed back down, cutting it into quarters. Just
He is the best boy.
We love a good boy, truly.
We do.
And it is Luka's turn.
Okay. From my point of view,
Mm-hmm.
Winged Cobalt dipped. after
Pretty
doing a
much,
drive-by.
so far as you can see, yeah.
Bye-bye.
Did a drive-by, ditched. Cool. Kole is being bitten at, but not actually bitten.
Also,
Okay.
he is hitting it simultaneously with two hammers, both of which it doesn't like. So he seems to have it under control.
Yeah.
Right. We have an ex-sorcerer.
Yep.
Can I see anything else?
There is one kobold there on the map. You can basically, because it was indicated to you and it was had to dance around a little bit to avoid its burning to death partner, you are in fact aware of it right over here.
That one. Yes, I see you, buddy. Okay. Do not want to leave the people behind. I'm gonna go up a little. Can I get next to Kole?
Yes, you can. Like there?
Yes.
Okay.
And because I'm going to give Mr. Burning Face a little time to think about his life choices, we'll go the route via intimidation.
Okay.
Mainly because Luka's trying to see how they feel about kobolds specifically, or if it's when they become slightly more dragony that things become a problem.
Legit.
Gotta check the
How
vibe.
much of my baser instincts can I go off of here? Like, at what point does it become too much of a problem?
Fair.
Well, there doesn't seem to be anything stopping you from being scary at this guy.
Cool. That's good. There's no urge to do things immediately. That's good.
Right.
That's
There's
a
no
good.
overwhelming urge. I mean, there's an urge, a little bit.
It's a
And a little bit is fine. There's always a little bit of urge to commit murder. This is different.
Just a little urge to make murder.
A teeny tiny one.
Just like sometimes you need to commit just a little bit of murder as a treat to yourself.
Yeah,
Right,
just a touch.
Right, it's a treat.
for
Just
sure.
The trick is kill them just a little bit. Just a little.
right.
Satisfy the urge, get it over with. All right. That being the case, however, go ahead and say your piece and make your roll. So
there is the slightest crackle of lightning as they speak Draconic. Not full-blown, I'm going to eat your face as if I were also a dragon. So we're toning that down. We're bringing that back to a controlled intimidation.
Sure.
And so in Draconic, they will respond to the kobold as they kind of step forward, hammer in hand, shield in hand. It does not have to be this way. You can come to the light. Bad choice of words now that I think about that. They're on fire.
That one's not on fire.
Not.
The one in front of it just was on fire and died.
Okay, cool.
Screaming, sliding down the wall. Yeah.
Like a friendlier light. I don't know.
Their face was burned.
Go ahead, roll.
Can't hurt to try.
Can't hurt to try.
Huh.
I have a good intimidation, I think.
You do.
Like
Quite
that's
good.
my second highest skill, I think.
No, it's your
My
highest.
first. It is my highest. Yeah. I'm a scary thumbo.
It's just that when you use Emissary of Peace, then your persuasion is your highest.
Yes, that's right. I am trying to be nice, but I'm not going to waste my channel right now. So that in total is a 25.
Yeah. That you can see that it hesitates. It looks at you, it looks back over its shoulder, it looks at you, and then it just can't stand it and takes off running, right? And you then hear crunch, crunch, crunch. and then its
Pardon?
bones, its broken body, broken and punctured body, leaking bluish blood all over the place, is spat back across and slams into this wall.
Oh,
I didn't do that. Throwing that out there right now. That was not me.
I think we found the dragon.
or one of its children.
Which point Yvonne goes, we found a dragon.
One of its children.
Oh
Yes.
no, remember that urge thing that we were talking about?
And Yvonne moves up to try to get a visual of what's going on. And goes, yup, dragon.
But no, you get back here.
And he lets an arrow shot go.
I'm just picturing Luka with like a forced grin on her face, just ear to ear, forced smile, being like, urge to kill, rising.
Yvonne got a natural 20.
Yay, let's go.
Do it. Max damage.
And ended up doing 30 points of damage.
Look
Nice.
at you.
Nice.
With his
Nice.
single
Damn.
arrow shot. He's like, ha! And then goes, you hear the arrow whistle. You hear a sound like halfway between an arrow going into flesh and an arrow going into stone, kind of a, and then you hear a massive roar. And Yvonne goes, uh-oh.
There's our nope.
What did you think was going to happen, Ivan?
Think we might have just made it a little angrier.
Abellus, it is your turn.
Oh, good. All right. So Abellus looks over at Florenta and goes, "Oh,
You don't
Can-
see Florenta.
oh no." Well,
Remember the rule.
Let's
If we
explore
can't see
Florenta.
Florenta, she's fine. If we see her, there's probably a problem.
yeah, she's probably fine. And he sort of like peeks out the back of like where they came in from to look at the flying kobold thing, and goes,
Oh, yeah, you could just one short step back. You can get a good visual on it as it's turning to swoop back in.
"Oh, are you coming back? Because we're about to go I don't suppose we could just hug this out, could we?"
You're going to try to make a persuasion with that?
No, he's just being snarky. And then
Just checking.
after a moment, he goes, "No, I didn't think so," and just thrusts his hands out again with another Eldritch Blast.
You could have tried.
Hey,
That persuasion, a little effort
the,
goes a long way.
it's in steps. It's in steps. If I waste all of it here, I won't have it for the dragon. That is a crit.
Hey.
Nice.
Very nice.
Okay.
So 2d10 plus charisma mod.
That is good. That is a 20. 20 points of force damage.
Yeah, and that's just your first shot, and that thing, you hit that kobold, it starts spinning in midair from the force damage, is blasted up. You hear its wings crack as they spin around it, and it goes up 10 feet and then drops 40. Crunch.
Well, you should have taken the hug. And then he's going to thrust his hand out to fire the second bolt at the one by Kole and Luka and Oldie.
Okay.
Not as good. That is an 18.
Do you have spell sniper or anything like that?
No, I do not.
It has half cover.
Okay, yeah, from them.
So let me double check something. It's only a +2. What was your total?
18.
Still hits.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is good. 15 points of damage.
Moving it back.
Yep, we're gonna blast back 10 feet. So like the bolt of energy, sort of like surrounded by these small butterflies, kind of blasts right past Cole's cheek, just barely missing as it flies past and just blasts this thing in the chest.
And knocks it back to here. You said 15 points of damage?
Yes.
Okay.
And then Abellus is going to take a couple of steps forward so that he's standing behind Luka and go, the one outside did not want to hug it out.
Luka is having a little bit of inner difficulty at the moment. Please try again later.
We're just having some technical difficulties. No worries, it's fine.
Oh, good. Good. This is promising.
So the vampiric-looking kobold is knocked back 10 feet and skitters as it digs its claws into the ice and stone to stop its backward progress. It's really hard to tell how hurt it is, except for the burn on its cheek.
Mm-hmm.
So, it is Oldie's turn.
Kiss the cat for good luck.
He was pawing at me, so I had to give him a hug to demonstrate the power of the hugness. Okay, so the first thing Oldie does is, weirdly, he does like a little dance, waves his hands around. I'm casting Kinetic Jaunt as a bonus action, which increases my walking speed, and I can just move through people's spaces, and I don't provoke opportunity attacks.
Right.
So I am going to move right through our enemy, basically there, and end up right behind Kerbos, because that's 40 feet. I'll just boop. There we go.
Right there.
Nice.
And what can I see?
Well, now that a PC is in at the right visual angle, I will show you.
Okay.
There is a large, and that is that's the size category, a large white dragon. You can make a quick Arcana check for me.
Right. Arcana, go. Ooh, 25.
Excellent. Yeah, that is a young dragon. It's also male.
So it is not. This is one of the little F boys.
Frost?
And
Is that what you were saying? The Frost Boys?
Yeah, that's exactly what Oldie's going to shout out as just the free speaking action. Don't worry too much, guys. It's just one of the F boys.
Oh, good.
All right, so you've taken your bonus action
and
your move. So what's your action?
And I'm going to call upon the fires of my heart and throw a firebolt at it. Or attempt to. Boop. Roll. Does a 19 hit?
It does.
Woohoo! And then 6 plus 6 is 12. 12 fire damage.
Okay. It rears its head back and roars at you. It is quite perturbed. It doesn't look very badly hurt. It is singed around the jaw area where you smacked the firebolt into it. It has a bolt, a cloth yard longbow arrow sticking out of the side of its neck, kind of like a feathered ornament of some kind. But it doesn't look like it's particularly,
Not
worried or
super.
bothered by all this.
Yeah.
It does screech something in Draconic. For those of you, does anyone speak Draconic other than? Okay, cool. I knew that Luka did. I wanted to make sure. So Luka and Abellus, what you hear it say is, "Get the halfling." And the immediate response, from the vampire or the vampiric kobold is to spin around and head that way.
Oh.
As a reaction.
Oh.
And then it's and as the other part of the reaction, it grabs onto you from behind. It's not actually grappled. This is just part of the visual. Grabs onto you from behind, sinks its teeth into the back of Oldie's neck. And you take 8 piercing and yes?
Did it have to roll to attack me?
It did.
Okay, then
Silvery barbs?
I'm going to use a reaction and scream. This is my purse. I don't know you.
All right. Well, luckily, it still has to take the lowest of the rolls because the second roll was a nat 20. So
All
it's still sunk its teeth in, and you take 8 piercing and 5 necrotic.
Oh, ow.
The 5 necrotic. Also, you can see it recover some of its strength.
And just for the record, Kerberos has advantage on his next roll.
Very good.
Okay, so it's half of each of those, right?
Right. Yep. Yeah. So, I said 5 necrotic, right? So that means Kole, you'll take 3 necrotic. Oldie takes 2, and both of you take 4 piercing.
Ow.
And now it's its actual turn.
No. He doesn't need one of those.
Dislike.
Mm-hmm.
And it will get a 22 to hit. I believe that does it. So you'll take another 8 and another 5. So each of you will take 4. Kole takes 3. You take 2. It has now healed 10 points.
Well, that's bad.
And it would have healed 10 more points if it hadn't taken radiant damage last round.
So
Dislike. 0 out of
take
0
some more.
stars. Do not recommend.
I will also point out that the necrotic damage you have taken, it lasts.
Not good.
Not good.
Double check this. Yep. Yeah, your hit point maximum is reduced by the 6 you've taken, Kole, by the 4 that you've taken, Oldie, and will not come back until you finish a long rest.
I have a question. How does that work with Oldie having aid?
It would come off of aid first.
Yep.
So his current hit point maximum is now
One
effectively
over.
1 more than his normal still.
Because of aid. Okay, yeah.
But his actual hit points are quite low because of having been bitten twice.
Yeah, it stings a little. Stings a little.
At least we know Oldie's a good snack.
Very reasonable question.
Super tasty.
I'm tasty.
All right.
Come on.
So
man.
Florenta is up, and then the next one is Kole after that.
Okay, how would I have to move to get in range to shoot the vampire kobold?
Well, you are currently
I'm hidden.
50
I was just gonna.
you're currently
ahead,
at 50 you're currently at 55 feet, which means you're in range to shoot the vampire kobold without
Okay.
without difficulty. You are at advantage because you're hidden, and even if you weren't, you would get sneak attack because he's within 5 feet of an enemy.
Woohoo! All right. So the first one was an 18. The second one was a natural 20. So I'll
Let's
take
go.
that one.
Nice.
Can you share some of that dice luck?
Oh God.
I don't know. All right. So I double the dice, correct?
Just the dice, yes. And
Including
remember
the
to double
sneak attack.
even the sneak attack dice.
All right.
So.
So you should be doing 8 die 6.
Okay. So 6.
Mhm.
Look at wifey murdering things from the shadow.
All right. So 29 points of damage.
Nice.
So good.
All right.
Oh wait, I add to
Mhm.
You add your dex bonus.
so 29, 35 points of damage.
Very nice. The vampiric kobold catches that arrow in the side of its chest and staggers sideways, slams into the wall, and slides down. All right, Kole.
Hi.
Unless you have another bonus action or something, Florenta.
Well, I wanted to
Or you can move, of course.
I wanted to move and roll stealth again. So well, actually I haven't broken stealth, but can I just move?
Yeah, you haven't broken stealth, but if you move, you'll need to roll again.
Okay, excellent. So I want to move up to the bend right
On
here.
the inside of the right where?
Yes.
There you go. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, so it gives you a potential angle of attack and a place to hide. Got it.
Okay, so 21
All right.
to remain hidden.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So Kole is up. What you doing, Kole?
Cole's not happy.
I imagine not.
So we're gonna move up. It's only 25 feet, so you know it is what it is. Do I have visual on the dragon from where I am?
If you're moving 25 feet up,
Mm-hmm.
let me see if I can get you a place where you will be. Yes. 25 feet directly forward.
Mm-hmm.
Puts you there-ish, which gives you a visual on the dragon.
Cool beans. Alrighty. So well, I know that I'm not feeling too hot, which means I'm sure that Oldie's also not doing too great.
Quite possibly.
Not feeling the bestest.
So I'm gonna trust the bond to hold. So I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt
Mm-hmm.
at the dragon.
Very good.
Guided to death.
Yeah, that is an 18.
That will hit it.
Awesome. Yeah. Which is radiant damage. Let's absolutely go. 6. Don't cheat. Don't roll the 8s. That's not the same spell.
Right?
And that is 19 points of radiant damage.
You blast it in the middle of its neck and it's rearing back, and there are scorch marks now even further down from the places where it was seared along the chin by Oldie's firebolt. Now there's
Mhm.
scorch marks down its neck of a slightly different texture and nature,
Yeah.
But it's looking quite upset. It is not looking particularly badly wounded as of yet.
Cool. I'm gonna move my spiritual weapon up, and just like to be sure, the vampire kobold,
Mhm.
we're just gonna bonk it. Just
I mean, that seems reasonable.
Oh yeah.
Roll
Yeah.
bonk.
yeah. Because the undead like to get back up.
I mean, they do. Who knew?
Yeah. So so that's a 23 to make sure that it stays down.
It definitely hits.
Cool.
You hear the damage.
All right, 7 plus 5, 12.
12 force damage.
Mm-hmm.
All righty. Tick, tick. Very good. And next.
Is the dragon on the ground or is it flying?
It looks like it came out, landed,
Okay.
and then is gonna move again.
Sure.
It flew to where it is.
Okay. Awesome. Excellent.
All right, so it takes a flap right there, and breathes in a 30-foot cone, which includes Florenta, Kole, Ivan, Kerberos, and Oldie. So I will need dex saves. Wait, no, that's cold. I think it's a con save. Let me double check.
Con save.
Yeah, con.
Yep. Con saves.
Okay. That was a
I hate to
slutty 20.
vampire buddy, but that's still alive.
Probably doesn't affect it.
Y'all got
Well,
this.
actually, it's cone. It's just outside the cone on the wall where it is. All right. So con saves from those people. Oh, nice one, buddy. Okay. Florenta, con save.
A 3.
Oof.
No.
Okay.
Oh,
Oldie, what'd you get? Con save. What did you get?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. I got a +2 is a 16, which is probably not.
Actually, that just makes it.
Nice.
Cold.
Oh.
Oh, I got a slutty 20.
Very good. Very good. All right. So Let us see what sort of pain we are having tonight. All right. The person who failed the save takes 45 cold damage.
I'm
Oh,
out.
Yeah.
Now, that isn't enough in one shot to straight up kill you. You are now making death saves.
Mm.
But yes, Florenta does not fall. No. She freezes solid.
Oh, so she's a meat
Oh,
popsicle.
no.
Cool.
Mm.
Cool.
Oh no.
Yes.
So how do death saves work, and what do I have to roll?
Oh no.
When your turn comes up next,
Okay.
you'll make a death save. It's just it's a straight roll. You don't add anything. You need a 10 or higher than a 10 to succeed. Lower than a 10 is a failure.
Cool.
Okay.
Yep. 3 successes before 3 failures.
Yeah, if you get 3 successes before 3 failures, you survive. If somebody saves you before then, you survive. If you get 3 failures
You are dead.
before 3 successes, you're dead.
Dead.
Also, nat 20s and nat 1s.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
A nat 20 means you get back up with one hit point. Right then, a nat 1 means you've lost 2 death saves.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone hits you while you're down, you automatically lose a death save. If they do it from adjacent, you lose 2 because it's automatically a critical.
Yeah.
Which is actually, pretty forgiving given the system you're more used to.
I'm used to save versus death. Okay, make a new character.
Yep.
Bye.
All right, so those of you who passed it only take 22 cold damage.
Cool.
Only.
So, Oldie, you take 11.
And Cole takes
33. Oh my goodness.
I see. I
He
told
took
you I
his
don't like
own-
this spell.
Yeah, he took his own and Oldie's.
Yep. Oh, I guess we know what
Marriage is about
Luka's.
sharing.
Yeah.
What does that leave you at, Cole?
And not a great number. Fine.
Yeah, but you're not down yet, right?
No, I'm not down.
Yeah, I didn't think
I
so.
would like to remind everybody here that we have health potions.
Yes. Yes, we do.
Throwing that out there.
I will allow you to. We haven't discussed this before. You can take a health potion as a bonus action. If you take a health potion as a full round action, you get the full amount.
Question: can you pour a health potion down somebody's throat? Will that work, or will they just gag on it?
I mean, it won't right now because she's literally frozen.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to have to find a different way to save her at this point.
I know what I'm doing.
Okay. So unfortunately, one of them made their save, the other one did not. Yvonne is a frozen cube.
Oh, no.
Kerberos is just a little,
Not good.
he's got frost tip fur. Like, whatever. And then, with the rest of its movement, as it only had to move forward 30, it moves back.
What a
Oh.
bitch.
Oh, it ran.
All right. Kerberos is about to charge forward. You can all see it. Anyone have a reaction left that would like to tell him not to?
Yeah. Kerberos, no.
Okay. He holds himself in place then and waits. Luka, it's your turn.
Okay. This is not White Wolf. What is the equivalent of a composure check in this game?
Wisdom save.
Wisdom
There isn't
save,
necessarily
yeah.
one unless I ask you for a wisdom save or a charisma save, depending on the nature of the thing trying to make you do something.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you feel you need one, then probably in this case, the most likely choice would be a wisdom save.
Okay. I think I'm okay for right now because Luka's logic is winning out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Is there any like
Alright,
visible strain on Luka? Like with Abellus, because Abellus is like right there.
yes,
Okay.
there is definitely that crack of lightning around them for a moment, and they are laser focused on where the dragon receded. Yvonne frozen solid.
Yep.
Florenta frozen solid.
Yep.
Everybody else is not well, but better off. Are they, when getting kind of the look of it, is it like stone statue kind of solid, or is it like a literal block of ice?
It's more like individually frozen. They're not a
Okay.
block of ice. There was not enough moisture in the air to create that much ice around them.
Okay. So I need to, he is out of range, so I can't do that. Without dashing, can I get up to Florenta and Yvonne?
You absolutely can. That's exactly your
Okay.
full distance. Is
Good.
you can move to directly between the two of them.
Okay.
Like so.
Can I, how far away? That is more than 30 feet from Durgan, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that changes what I was going to do because he retreated.
Yep. Yeah, it is 60 feet to the place you can see. You don't know how far beyond that he went.
Okay. Okay, so that does change what I was going to do. However, I do have a question, because if they're frozen solid, I need to know what kind of check this would be if I do need to make a check, as far as if I can, would I need to unfreeze them before I can give them a potion or stabilize them?
You would not be able to give them a potion because they can't swallow it at the moment they're frozen solid. In most cases, you probably would be able to give them a potion if they were just down.
Yeah.
But because of the special effect here that they're frozen, you can't really do that. However, I believe that when you get healing in 5e, it just fixes it.
Can you lay on hands?
I can. That's why I'm trying to check.
Yeah, I think we can't feed them potions, but I think we should be able to
Heal them with magic.
Yeah, because if I can heal them with magic, then that's what I'm gonna do. But I didn't know if I needed to like slightly set them on fire first.
As long as it's not going to cost you a spell slot.
Just a little bit of murder, just a little bit of fire, and we're the friendship crowd.
But again, as long as it won't cost you a spell slot.
Lay on hands doesn't cost me a spell slot.
Oh yeah, right. That's Paladin
Just pool.
pool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, basically one of the reasons Spare the Dying isn't nearly as useful as a lot of other things is, one, it only takes a medicine check to stabilize somebody. Two, any healing applied immediately stabilizes them first.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Well, because anytime you heal from 0, no matter
Right.
what you're at.
Because there is no official negative.
Sure, but Spare the
Yeah.
Dying yourself for when you're out of spell slots. Pew 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 pew.
It's true. It's true.
That's
And you
it.
can't Well, the only problem that would spare the dying being helpful there is that, again, you still have to get close enough to touch them. It doesn't work at range unless you're a grave cleric.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you can get
So
close enough, you can just make the heal check.
So Dell's laying hands on.
Well, I need to see something first because on my sheet it doesn't declare what kind of action it is to lay on hands.
It's an action.
Yeah.
It's a normal
That's,
action.
that's your action.
It's a fucking touch.
Okay, so I can
Yes.
only do one.
Correct.
Sorry,
Go for
Yvonne.
Yvonne. Go for Yvonne.
I can do the
I
other.
got this.
So Luka rushes up, like not like clear dashes,
Mhm.
stands with their shield in front of Florenta, their hand to the side,
Mhm.
like behind them, pushes it over them, and we'll go ahead and we'll use 5 of my lay on hands.
Mhm. All right.
We need to leave. We're too close together. There's still that crackle of lightning in their voice as they are fighting their own urge to run and fight said dragon.
All righty. You are coming to Florenta. This is really unpleasant as you're thawing out. The rush of warm healing over you is nice, but this return of sensation to all your limbs isn't so much. Abellus.
Can I reach Yvonne?
Let me check. Oldie, you will be up next. Not quite. Yvonne will be 5 feet out of your reach at your normal move.
Curses. Well, Abellus is still going to make his way up to the rest of the party. As close as he can get.
Yep, that puts him right beside Kole.
Well, that was not the most pleasant of experiences, it seems. I will point out that though being gone from here is not a terrible idea, we will probably not get a better chance at dealing with this thing. It has no support now. There was no one to warn any others. If we're going to take it out, this is our best chance. Even if we want to take a couple of moments and prepare ourselves, I don't know that running is the right decision.
So, hey, bud, you're right next to Kole.
Yes.
He's looking rough, my guy.
My friend.
your
Oldie will be
keeler's
the
not
next
looking
person
great.
to act after Abellus.
But perhaps we should... perhaps we can take a moment outside and prepare ourselves. But... but
How many
something
hit
for
points I
us to consider, certainly. Well,
Because our preparation worked so well this time.
well, now we'll be more prepared for what we're facing, right? We didn't know what we were walking
Shut
into.
up.
All right. Banter's a free action, but that's
Yeah.
too many banters in a row. Come on.
Totally fair. Yeah, I think...
Oldie,
Yeah, I think that's it.
all right, Oldie's just going to take a 5-foot step over there, get next to Ivan because Dell laid hands on Justina, correct?
No, Del laid hands on Florenta.
No, Luka laid hands on Florenta.
We're doing
Oh,
great.
wow. Well
Okay.
done.
Oh,
That was amazing and horrible. Okay. So
hey.
Abellus didn't actually take an action. He just moved up and talked, right?
Yes, yeah, because I'm not
Very good.
close enough to help
Okay.
Yvonne.
I'm going to spend a level 1 slot and touch Ivan and cast Cure Wounds.
All right, roll it.
And that is Cure Wounds. Do it. 10.
Very good. Ivan is thawing out, and he looks both surprised and pleased. I thought I was dead. Why am I not dead?
We might still be.
At which
Friendship.
point, the kobold corpse up against the wall leaps to its feet and rushes at Oldie again, as it did not take
Oh my-
radiant damage last round.
I fucking knew it. I knew
Oh my
it. I
god,
told you.
go away.
I knew it.
Can I interpose?
No. Oldie is beyond the 5-foot reach. He is on the other
Boo.
side of someone. He is on the other side of someone. Sorry.
That's fine.
All right. I'm pretty certain an 18 hits you, Oldie.
Yeah, re-roll it. I
right.
said I don't know you.
Wow. Okay. So the second roll again was a nat 20.
Oh my god, stop it.
Mm.
Stop it.
Stop it.
So you take 8 more piercing
4,
and 5 more necrotic.
2.
Oh,
And make sure again those necrotic reduce your max hit points.
hey, Cole, you good, right?
But yes,
So
let's
you-
stay and fight the dragon. We're all
you are
doing
now at
fine.
you are now at 6 points down, Rev. So you're actually at 1 less max hit points than normal. Cole, you are 9 points lower than max.
Correct.
Okay.
Mm.
Doing that math, loving it a lot, actually. Is
I thought you might be. It's just the sort of thing you really enjoy. This is going longer than I expected, but hey, whatever. All right. Well, you know.
I'm sorry. Were we supposed to be dead by now?
No. I was supposed to
Oh
send
my
you,
god, what are you talking about?
I was supposed to send you to break before now. Luckily, we're
That's
actually
of
at
course
it.
what you meant.
It is actually. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to pause in the middle of the fight.
No, wait, let me get the let me get the kobold. It needs to die. I mean,
All right, we will pause right after. Is that okay? Pausing right after Cole gets a chance?
I'm cool with it.
He
Okay.
needs to defend his man.
I mean, that's legit. All right, Florenta.
Oh. So I can aim and shoot the stupid kobold.
You can try.
You can leave.
That would be good. Unfortunately, Oldie would be dragging this kobold on his freaking neck.
Drag him into the light.
All right, so I got an 18 plus.
You definitely have to move slightly because there are 3 people between you. So
Of
you at least have
course.
to move out there.
Yeah, I'm going to move so I can hit something effectively, and I got an 18 plus 7, so
That will hit.
Okay, cool.
You do get your sneak attack dice because, again, he has an enemy within 5 feet.
Thank God.
Within 5 feet.
It's true. Within his teeth is within 5 feet.
yeah, this is true.
All right, so 16 points of damage. Oh wait, I gotta add the bonus. So
Mhm.
that's plus 6, so 21 points of damage.
Oh, staggers back against the wall and falls again. Cole, it's your turn.
Hi.
Set it
Kill
on
it,
fire.
till it dies to
Dang.
death.
Hello. Sacred flame. It needs to die.
Well,
Set it on fire. On
it cannot-
fire.
It cannot currently save versus the sacred flame.
Oh,
So roll your
fantastic.
damage.
Fantastic. All righty. Sacred flame.
Oh, wait. You don't have to roll your damage. It's already at 0.
Yay.
And now it's taking radiant. So it sizzles and burns as if the sun itself has come into the room and decided to take its existence personally, which is kind of what happened. It's not
Yeah.
the sun, but it's Igneous forge fire,
Yeah,
which
it's the same. He's like the same.
that's
there.
her brother's fire. It's
Right.
close.
Hot like the sun. Cole
and it goes up in a literal puff of smoke as the body just disintegrates under the sacred flame, and the smoke wavers up into the sky, and then it's suddenly dragged down into the ground.
Great. Cole is breathing heavily. Whatever scars and wounds Oldie has, it seems like Cole has those as well.
Mm-hmm.
While I appreciate the sentiment, we are not prepared.
We should go.
Go.
I'm pretty sure that my spleen is in multiple pieces. We should go.
You are welcome to stay too, Elf.
And it is at that point that you hear deep laughter, scornful, mocking laughter from deep inside the cave. And now we're going to break while you stew in that moment.
Oh, good.
Cool.
Great.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll be back in 15 minutes. Take this opportunity, go to the bathroom, get some water, go tell your friends, but whatever you do, don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back. At least until the dragon eats us.
So the dragon eats us.
Oh boy.
You know, you want to know what hit points
Hey everyone, we're back!
Yes, we are. We are back. We are back in the successor states of Rega, Shadow of the Dragon. And boy, are they in the shadow of a dragon. It's not the one they were expecting. Probably a good thing, because this somewhat smaller dragon and its cohort have already caused them a great deal of hurt. 2 of them were knocked into death saves, but have been at this time recovered. They did manage to finally defeat the vampiric kobold. Lurking somewhere in the darkness deeper in the cave is the dragon, who is laughing a deep, sardonic, mocking laughter. Come on. Is that all you've got, little mortals? You thought that because you had one of the Spartoi with you and a bargain brand angel that you'd have a chance. Oh yes, and I saw the fire-headed descendant of the gods as well. I'm a dragon. We were made to destroy you and your whole world. You think your little petty bugs are enough? Run. If you're smart.
Oh, it's getting personal now. Quaint.
Its voice echoes through the caves. Very hard to tell how far away it might be. But you know that dragons can fly swiftly indeed. We are still in rounds, so the next person to act is Kerberos. So
It is.
the dragon would have acted. The dragon's action comes and it goes. Kerberos is seething. He looks over at Luka, raises one of those massive furry eyebrows. Are we going to kill this thing, or we are going to run away?
Luka
Question.
looks at Florenta, looks at Ivan, looks at Kole, and the status that they are all in. We are not running, because we plan to return, but we need to make sure that we come out of this on top.
Not running away. Tactics. Okay, tactics, okay.
Fight smart.
New idea for me, but okay.
I do always enjoy a good smart, not hard.
So, are you guys disengaging and heading back out of the cave?
Yes.
Very good.
Luka will stay at the back and will make sure that everybody goes before them.
Mhm.
They will stay at the back, keeping an eye out on the cave. In the event that he decides to come back and start stuff, I'm standing there with my shield, keeping my eye on the back of, on the cave.
Mhm.
Abellus will stand shoulder to shoulder with Luka there.
Very good. As you make it out of the cave, there's a tense moment when you're pretty certain. It just feels like, based on what's been happening so far, that something's going to be waiting to ambush you as you come out of the cave. There's snow blowing. It's harder to see what's going on now. But nothing happens. You make it up out of the cave. You turn, Abellus and Luka turn to face the cave as everyone makes their way further out. Kerberos is kind of edging forward and looking back like, wait, are we not leaving? Are we leaving? You keep moving. The air is thick with tension. Because at any moment at this point in the blowing snow, something could jump up. They were jumping up out of the snow when it was clear. And they quite obviously, had a plan to deal with you when you arrived that was somewhat different than the one you expected, but no less unpleasant. Where are you headed?
Ivan.
Yes.
We need a place to shore up, tend to our wounds, that it would be difficult for them to reach.
That is going to be difficult. I can give us a place that that can only come in one at a time.
Good enough.
And that they may have difficulty finding, and that the dragon won't be able to get into.
Even better.
Assuming it does not catch us on the way. We will have to move quickly.
Then let's do that.
Keep our eyes on the sky.
As best we can in this. Snow blindness is bad enough in a bright day when all you have is flat snow around you and the sunlight glinting off of it. The kind of snow blindness you get from a blizzard in a bright day is very unpleasant. It's so totally different than anything you might have experienced further south or in other places. Fog attenuates light so that while there's fog there, it's darker. Snow, even while it's blocking your vision, is bouncing all that light around. And it's still bright. It's a very disconcerting feeling. So you're moving along, sticking close to one another so that you don't get lost. You don't have time to stop and tie yourselves together. But luckily, Ivan does know this area very well, and it's not more than 15 or 20 minutes of moving through the snow that he takes you into a valley between two hills and then immediately turns and takes you into a relatively shallow cave, but it's a cave that only one of you can go in at a time. And he ushers you in. Kerberos goes in first, sniffs around and says, "Nothing in here, not even a bear." And you can make your way into the cave. Once you're all in, Ivan drags some rocks and stuff in front and then pulls a half-dead bush in front of the cave as well. And then smacks the butt of his axe into the cave wall, and snow kind of collapses down from the hillside above it onto the bush and the rocks, making it much harder for anything to see in or out. There's really only room for you to maybe find a place to sit, but it's good to be out of the wind. It's somewhat warmer in here than it was in the Dragon's Cave. Even though the Dragon's Cave was also out of the wind, it was in fact colder than the surroundings rather than warmer, as one might expect.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the most comfort you'd felt in some time, with all of your body heats warming the cave.
Well,
Ivan
that
said,
did not go well.
honestly, it went better than it could have. Nobody died.
Nice.
That is a low bar for us to set.
But it is the first bar to clear, and we have cleared that. And it's I'm quite happy personally.
Kole is going to go up to Oldie, immediately checking him just to make sure that he's okay.
My insides are only bleeding a little bit. I'll live.
Make a
worried
medicine
about
check,
you.
Cole.
Sure thing. Well, that's a nat 20.
Yeah, I have 6 HP left.
Cool.
Yeah, he is beat to heck. He's still functional, obviously, since he's in positive hit points, but he's beat to heck, and he's obviously too tired to avoid much more damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know how you are.
Yeah. But I'm not worried about me. I'll be fine.
Sure. But you know.
It's true. Just because we're here. So I still have at least a second level, and I intend on having a long rest. So we're gonna. That's the thing. We're gonna cure wounds at a second level for him.
Okay.
Nice. Then that is 15.
Okay.
15 HP that Oldie gets back.
Awesome.
Very good.
You had me worried for a second. But I'm glad you are okay.
I am Ivan says, I'm sorry. I have fought dragons before, but I'm not used to. I've never dealt with a queen directly, so I did not expect the other things. I expected the kobolds, I expected even the dragonborn sorcerer, but that other thing that kept getting up, I did not expect that.
I usually don't mind when people nibble on my neck, but that was just out of hand.
No self-control.
If we see another like that, we need to make sure that divine damage is sent their way so that they do not get back up.
Yeah.
Kerberos is like,
Yeah, burn them.
how do we define divine damage? Is it that everything you do and everything Luka does?
Not
And you,
everything.
apparently.
Yes,
What?
that.
What?
You hit and there was silver sheen to your blade.
Well,
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure either. Hey, Jack,
yes,
is there a roll I can do on that?
absolutely.
Religion?
Yep.
Cool.
Religion will certainly help explain.
Thank you. Now that we have a moment to think about this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because it was like,
Yeah, in the heat of the moment, that wasn't really going to be a thing, but now,
no. All right, so that's a 23.
yeah.
No. I got 10. That's not me. I'm
yeah,
not.
you're like, I don't remember what that is. It vaguely tickles part of my brain, but that's okay because Cole remembers. He's like, oh, I get it. Yeah, see, he's a zealot barbarian now.
Oh,
He changed subclasses when he was dedicated to Kaela.
Kayla.
He was a berserker. Now he's a
yeah,
zealot.
yeah. By the way, that laugh
Now
is
he's a
fully
berserker for Kaela.
that laugh is
Yes.
fully in character and definitely like one of those like drowsy, like not all there laughs. Okay, sorry, not funny. When you, Luka, when you redeemed him, I suppose Kaela took note, and his fervor for bloodlust and bloodshed has shifted to something a bit different.
Oh, so your rage is more pointed like mine.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it does seem like it was more outrage than rage now.
More
But
righteous
that's
fury.
just since we did that ceremony.
Oh, the devotion ceremony. Yes. I'm
So-
glad it stuck with you.
He is, in fact, devoted. And it shows through his martial might. So,
Now he feels the anger in his heart.
I'm going to sit down, if that's okay.
You are. So,
That's a
Go-
really
go
good
Yeah,
over-
buddy. Why don't you have a seat? Like, let's all. I think we all need to take good long, kind of chill out time to get a reset here. And
no warm time. No chill time.
Yes,
I agree. Do
yes,
not
nice warm time. Okay. As you know, I'm going to rest my hand friendly on Cole's shoulder as he goes to sit down. Like, oh yeah, have a seat, buddy. And I'm going to use one of my currently available third level spell slots, and give him a good healing, because I can see that those bones are not in the singular pieces they should be.
No. They are in bits.
Yeah. So that's going to be 6 plus 2 is 8 plus 8 is 16 plus 5 is 21 hit points.
fantastic.
Everybody forgets the bards know how to heal too.
Oh, I never forget that. Never.
Oh, I know Cole doesn't. I'm just saying as a general thing, people forget.
So Yvonne says, so the glut, Kerberos is his name, yes?
Yes,
I mean, you could ask him.
also that.
I could. But I was going to ask a different thing. I will talk to him in a moment. I was going to ask a different thing. You are telling me he is now a holy warrior for the goddess
For
Yeah.
goddess of peace.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. You see, he's a warrior for restorative justice, and that's amazing.
Of course he is.
Oh, let it bite you in the ass another day.
The world is a stranger place than I thought, and this part of it at least is pretty good.
It's true.
We try to make it better.
It's a brave new world, Yvonne.
Good.
And Abellus will learn too eventually. The friendship
I'm
will learn.
going. You can talk to me tomorrow. I am going to take a nap. Kerberos just curls up kind of in the center of the floor and sort of, it feels like he's radiating extra heat.
Perfect.
We like that. We love that.
Mm-hmm.
Just our warm, furry friend.
And Yvonne, at that point, you can see he's used this place as a shelter before, as he hooks a blanket on a hook that he's put into one wall, puts it across to block the entrance even more.
Excellent.
The blanket is of the same color as the stone.
Nice.
Luka is going to take a moment to
Mhm.
make sure that Florenta, like, we'll go over to Florenta, help her sit down if she needs it. This is not me make. Do you mind if I touch you?
I do not mind. You may. She is staring intently at that ring you put on her finger, by the way.
They take both of her hands in theirs, and there is a soft silver sheen that comes over their hands as they clasp them inside of theirs. I will use the rest of my lay on hands to restore 20 more. I'm glad you are well.
Thank you. I'm glad you are well too. I don't want you to die.
It's not in the plans, but I know where I'm going if I do, so.
Yvonne,
How does Luka look, by the way? Like, I don't know how much damage they took or what Spartoi look like when they get bashed up good.
Luka looks almost immaculate.
Looks like fucking fine.
one of the things is that it can be really hard to tell when Spartoi are hurt unless they're grievously wounded,
Yep.
because they always look good. The only time a Spartoi has a low charisma is when they're a real serious asshole, and that makes up for their good looks.
Mm.
Then it kind of like
It
equals
does
out.
happen. Yeah, it does happen. It does happen.
Yeah, I wasn't sure exactly how that worked, and so this was a good opportunity to ask.
Yeah.
Luka
Unfortunately,
looks
they're not
perfectly
actually
shiny.
statues.
Fine.
I don't think you got hit, except for like the snowball.
Unfortunately, they're not actually statues, so they do get tired and get hurt, but they look like statues, so it's really hard to tell if they're tired or hurt.
It's that painted saint
Yeah.
look kind of thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're also fairly certain, after knowing Luka for at least a little bit, that if they were grievously injured, almost none of you would know.
Yeah. Luka, how are you feeling, by the way, yourself?
Is this to Luka?
Yes.
So they'll look up, still holding Florenta's hands, so long as she hasn't pulled them back.
She has not.
I'm perfectly fine. I'm worried about all of you.
How does Ivan look, by the way, Jack?
Oh, he still looks pretty beat up. I mean,
Rough.
He
the
also
only
looks
healing
pretty
he got was enough to get him out of the frozen.
Okay. Ivan, do you mind if I
Finish the sentence.
Oh. Do you mind if I, lay hands on you and ask the gods to stitch you up a little bit?
No, I do not mind that specifically. I just wanted to hear the whole sentence before I agreed.
Do
That's
you
fair.
mind?
Fair.
It depends.
It's all right. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make that a quick roll. So, that's a good one. 16.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna just kind of go hang out by Kole and like almost intentionally look the other direction from Luka and Florenta. They're having, they're having a moment over there.
Yes, Justina.
Florenta just finally breaks down, starts weeping, grabs Luka, and is just like a little child crying. She doesn't understand. She doesn't have. This is the first time she's ever nearly died.
Oh boy.
It is without a second thought that, much like with the King of Sorrow, just giant arms envelop her, and there's kind of like a big hand on her top of her head as they like hold her close. It doesn't get easier. It doesn't get less terrifying. And if you need to go home, it's okay. It's okay to be scared. You are not alone, and at no point in time will anyone here. I will not let anyone judge you for your fear of what has happened.
No one knows how they will react to this until it has happened. I was also terrified. I'm still terrified. No one will think the less of you if you decide this is not for you. Kerberos' addition to the conversation is,
Florenta then just basically sobs a while and passes out.
They'll just keep her there. They'll use like their winter coat to like wrap him around.
so Yvonne moves over to the side and takes out looks like a little clay pot and a few stones, shoves the stones together, puts the clay pot on it, and looks like it may be a cantrip. Of course, most rangers don't have cantrips, but anyway, he warms up the stones, and then he puts some mead and some water and some herbs into the little clay pot. And in a very short while, he has them steaming. He picks it up, hands it around. If everyone will sip of this, it will help you stay warm while we rest. If you lose too much body heat, even in here, you will not rest well and you will not recover.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
While holding Florenta, Luka will look to Abellus. And you? How are you feeling about everything? Physical harm not excluded.
Oh, I'm perfectly fine. They didn't get anywhere near me.
Okay, is that sarcasm or earnest? Because I don't.
It can be hard to tell, can't it?
I'm
I
too
speak it
tired.
fluently.
That's all right. I'm quite fine. It is, as far as that goes. They did not manage to lay a finger on me. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said for the lot of you, and we will have to be more careful with our next advancement. For now, you should rest, recuperate, prepare. In the morning, we can find a new way to go about maybe not hugging this one, but settling the score regardless. And there was a very clear, different kind of exhaustion in his voice. There's just this very clear, like, emotional exhaustion in his words that is not as well covered by the dripping snarkiness as it usually is.
I was a better paladin today than I was a Spartoi.
And you should be proud, if that is what you want to be, like you said.
But I wonder that if I was a better Spartoi,
Finish that sentence.
if everyone else wouldn't have gotten as injured as they had, if I had taken the lead.
If you were a better Spartoi, they'd be dead. And with that, Abellus turns and just walks towards like the front of the cave to just sort of stand by the sunken snow and the branch and stuff, and just sort of excuse himself from the conversation almost curtly.
He's almost certainly right. It's quite possible you would have managed to kill the dragon. But there are Spartoi I have met who would not have been worried about what it cost to kill the dragon. Especially with what? There are only 7 of us? 8? 7. A certain number.
A particular number.
Many Spartoi would consider that better than an even trade to kill an actual dragon.
My parents are some of them. We're not on the same path.
Your choice is better. We'll still kill this thing. We'll try to do it without all of us dying. I will try to think of a better plan. You try to think of a better plan. Hopefully, we can't let it go too long, though, because it'll get reinforcements at some point, since it is obviously not the dragon.
You know what, Luka? Thinking about both what we need to do versus what we did, and exactly on what you're saying, being a Spartoi versus being a paladin. There's something I've been coming to learn in my life, and that what we are, so to speak, or what people say we are, isn't anything. I mean, it is. I mean, I'm happy to be the halfling I am. I'm happy to have the family I do. I'm happy that the fox loves my family. But also, I really choose to do what I do, to be who I am, to be the bard that I am, to sing the praises of my friends, to sing the praises of the fox and the rabbit, to sing the praises of the moon, to live that way, to be, a little bit weird like the moon, I guess. It's in my heart. I mean, maybe my soul is in this body because the fox loves our family. I don't know. I don't know why I take the path I do. I know that I want to. I know that this is who I am. This is who I feel I am. And so don't worry about what people think Spartoi are. Don't worry about what you think Spartoi are. Worry about who you want to be. You chose to be a paladin. That's who you want to be. And I think a lot of the mistakes we made today can be chalked up to us doing things we think we should do because that's what people say that whatever that type of thing is does, instead of just focusing on what we know we are. I don't know if I'm making sense. It makes sense to me.
You don't speak Draconic, do you?
No.
He targeted you. He targeted you specifically because of the slight. He sent them after you, and were I my mother, I would have let him so that I could get a better hit. I know that I am not like the rest of my people, or at least none that I've met. but I hesitated more than I should have today. And I'm not proud of that. I'm glad we all came back. And I hope we get a chance to do it better. We should rest.
Should. Abellus, since you are unharmed,
Mm.
if you would take the first watch,
I will take all the watches. Rest.
do you not need to rest to get your powers back?
Hmm. There was very little exertion on my part. I will be fine. Rest.
Very well.
And he says all this without looking back. He's still sort of just
Right.
gazing out.
Very well, my friend. You have my trust. And Ivan settles into his big cloak, pulls his hood up, and is very shortly out.
So I think Kole, after having the drink that was passed around, was pretty immediately out. So he missed that conversation.
Night.
Yeah, it's very much so. Just like sip, da-da-da. But I think he wakes up after a good little bit, and is gonna sit sort of with a flame in his hand and eyes closed. And he's going to pray to Ignia. Hello again, Mother. I know I do not pray like this as often as I perhaps should. I know you are just as happy to have the offerings of the forge, to hear the bellows and the hit of the hammer on the anvil. I know this pleases you, but I am far from a forge now, as far from fire as I think I can be. And while I know through my powers, I know that I have your blessing. I pray for strength. Not just for me, but for the people that I've come to know and in such a short time value closer and more than I do my own family. I pray that I am able to keep them alive and safe, and that even if I do not make it out, that they do. They are all good. Their goodness deserves to see the world, and the world deserves to have them in it. Or should have them in it. Even Abellus. And I don't know what to do with these feelings. For a moment, he looks over at Oldie. I don't know. But I was told not to think. So I merely ask for your guidance. May your forge ever be warm. And he will pass the flame from one hand to the other. And I'm hoping, Jack, that you'll allow, he woke up with enough time to prepare and get a long rest things. I'm hoping we're getting a long rest. Okay. I would like to use my channel divinity again. Yes, I know we're not in combat. I want to make something real quick.
Okay.
He takes the silver that he got from the tomb,
Mm-hmm.
and he sort of melts it down with his power and shapes it into two bracers.
Mm-hmm.
And as he works it with like his fingers, tracing delicately and carefully, the design work is a fox and a rabbit playing
Mm-hmm.
under the moonlight. And we're going to set them very carefully. I can't say sneakily because that's not his ministry. But beside Oldie, wrapped up in something warm because metal gets cold real easy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're just gonna put that beside Oldie, and
Right.
then just continue on with this day.
About just as you're laying the item down beside Oldie, that flame that you were passing back and forth between your hands, of course, you had to let go while you were making the thing, but kind of hovered over your work as it sometimes does.
Mm-hmm.
Shortly thereafter, just for a split second, as you laid the item down, it split, that flame split into pieces and spread out, one to each of your companions and one to yourself, winking out just as it reached above each of your heads. If you weren't looking for it, you know.
Yeah. And then just go back, sit, and wait for the others to wake up.
I don't think Abellus would even notice this. Or if he does, I think he willfully does not acknowledge this.
That didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
Marsh gas.
On Venus.
Yes.
And I will just be taking a short rest. I will not be taking a long rest tonight.
Yeah. I figured that's... You got ways around it.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Hold on, Florenta, or Justina was going to say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's okay. So Florenta is going to wake up. I don't know how wakeful Luka is at the moment, but she's just going to kind of whisper, I heard you are a terrible, terrible Spartoi. I am a terrible human. My mother and father say so all the time. And it is okay to be terrible.
There's just like their eyes are closed and they still have like you wrapped up in their lap.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just kind of a pat on her head again. So that's okay. I've been terrible all my life. It won't change now. That they've kind of moved with their back up against the wall and had Florenta just sitting with the coat around both of them to sleep.
Mhm.
I assume it was as calm of a night as it can be.
Yeah. You hear the blizzard continuing throughout what's left of the day and a lot of the night. I'm assuming you're not planning to go out in the snow in the middle of the dark.
No, there is
Well, nope.
While there is maybe a
No, thank you.
gentle desire to do so, no, I don't think so.
That being the case, of course, you can all have your long rest and wake up, and there's still some time to kill before dawn.
When we first get up, I'm going to do my thing where I draw a little fox or rabbit on mugs from my pack, and I will produce breakfast ale with it. You know, like a hearty, grainy, low alcohol ale.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, like like a breakfast ale.
Right.
You know, fill a cup and hand it to everybody. Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Wait. I want to know what Abellus got up to in the night.
Good idea.
Fair. I think for a lot of the night, Abellus just sort of sat there, or stood there, rather. I think there was probably a short dialogue he had with no one in particular. Maybe one of the few times where he did sort of just look back and see the rest of the party resting. And there is a strange mixture of joy at their moment of peace and bitterness. And I think he goes, even now, you won't let me forget. You won't let me be. You surround me with them. At best, case at worst, I've stumbled into this myself. You either are still so cruel or just don't care, and I'm not sure which is worse. Even in my freedom, if you call it that, I am shackled and chained in this torment. Oh, at least the company is good. I think that's it. I think that's just the rest of the night for him is just quiet, besides the sounds of the wind.
When he finishes speaking and looks down, he realizes that somehow during that time period, while he was distracted with his own thoughts and words, Kerberos is curled up around his legs.
All right. He just accepts this. He's not going to awake him.
It's like moving a cat off of a chair. It's like, no, they live there now. You can't do that.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter whether or not you need the chair.
No.
It's a very angry cat,
except
too.
except Spot is a glut, so it's more like a bobcat.
You
Like a very
definitely don't
angry
move.
cat.
That's their chair now. Yeah.
So I believe there was morning ale.
Yes, morning
Yeah,
ale.
I went around, kind of. You know by now that, generally speaking, that Oldie is, contrary to his normal personality, not a morning person. Probably because he's used to hangovers, but he's just like, morning. And then everybody, morning.
Right.
Like a
And then he's
gremlin.
just sitting there listening to everybody talk or just watching everybody drink their ale. Like,
I think when Oldie gets to Abellus, he will put a hand up and go, I think I will keep my wits with me for today, but thank you for the offer.
oh no, it's like making breakfast ale. It's not super. It's like eating ale, like kid ale, not party.
Perhaps the next time.
All right, morning.
Morning.
Go.
Yvonne, by this point, is like, and hands you a cup that's quite obviously full of some sort of herbal mixture. He did not add mead this time. Tea. It has stimulant in it. It's good stuff.
Oh, well, better than a nap.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kole is gonna spend a spell slot to create food and water.
Legit.
And we're gonna add spices because we're not doing bland. We don't do that here. So sorry. I don't know if
He
you don't
brought
understand.
rations if you don't want to waste a spell slot. I'm just
Florenta's
saying.
got rations. She's just like,
Okay, he was up
Abellus
first,
has nothing.
so food would have been created. I'm spending a spell slot for my friends,
That's fair. Yeah.
making efforts. Like fucking come with me on that, okay? Jeez.
My bad.
Good idea. Rations are for when you don't have a choice. Real food is best when you're going to go fight the dragon again.
Right, and it's warm.
Not a block of frozen like bread.
Right. Just break your teeth.
no,
Just
what you do is you sleep with the bread in your shirt.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
This keeps it from freezing.
but it's
If the
still
fox
hard.
is caught, he'll make a spell.
Good old-fashioned
let
bread
me-
mittens.
Chew without effort in the morning.
Eat this.
Mm-hmm. I am eating.
What? Who are you?
Awake at an ungodly hour. This is him. This is what he does.
In a fucking cold, not a good bed cave. Yeah. It's morning.
It is better than many of the jails to the south.
Mm.
I'm sorry. The what?
The cave, it is much better than many of the jails to the south of here. Just saying.
Perhaps
And you know
we'll
that
have to try
personally.
that sometime.
I have worked hard to make this very comfortable for a cave, but it is still a cave.
Yeah. See? Mm. Did a good job. It's way less terrible than, yeah. Morning.
So, for who knows why, I think Cole seeing Oldie in this light, like you see,
Is that his
face
moment?
soften in that, huh? I like this person.
Oh,
Love it.
There's just that,
It's
like
okay.
that slightly like love struck for just like half a second, and then he goes back to work. Right, everyone eat. Make sure we are prepared. And when everyone is ready, we should go back to it. I am more than ever resolved to see that this is done.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's.
the
Maybe
very
we
first thing we should do
Oh.
is make a plan.
Thank you. That's
Oh, yes.
exactly what I was about to say.
Florenta is going to ask at this point, she's going to go, so Ivan, you have hunted dragons before, correct?
Yes.
What did you do then?
I caught them by surprise and dropped the avalanche on one of them. Another one, I snuck up and shot it in the eye.
Oh, that's a good. That's smart.
Wait, avalanche? I can make avalanches happen, kind of, if you tell me.
First, we have to be in the right place. We have to be in a place where we could drop an avalanche on them, which might be at that cave, but will it even be at that cave when we go back? I don't know.
And he's not surprised.
No.
He
That's the
didn't
thing. Is I
seem
caught.
very surprised in the first place.
Every other time I've killed a dragon, which has only been 3 times, I'm a professional, but there's not that many dragons. Number one, they weren't very big. 2 of them were younger than that one. One of them was the same age as that one. And again, I snuck up on it.
Right.
The problem is, this is a white dragon, and it is a white dragon belonging to a queen, and it has made the area its terrain. It is much harder to sneak up on them. And again, it has a queen, so it has minions.
Right. Do we have rope?
I do.
Of course we have rope.
Okay. I figured you did, but I think the plan I have in mind is going to require more.
What are you thinking?
Fair enough.
Bring it down to our level.
Interesting.
We'd have to pin it.
Oh, please go ahead.
We have strong people. If we have maybe 2 of them get ropes around perhaps a lasso, we can drag it down. And those not holding onto the ropes can use that opportunity to apply heavy, aggressive action onto it.
If you can bring him down, I might be able to keep him there. Preferably, if we could find a tight space like the neck of that tunnel we encountered it in. If you can drag it forward just a bit, I might be able to keep it there. Arguably better than if we just pulled it to the ground. But you will have to get it there first.
I might be able to compel it to follow me if it wants to attack.
Ooh.
Could challenge it.
It did seem like quite the arrogant git.
That is often the case. One of the great weaknesses of of the dragon is to believe itself better than everyone else. Unfortunately, it's usually right, so
Let's prove it wrong.
You took the words straight out of my mouth.
I'm an effective distraction in
among
more ways than one.
other things. And that, as you are about halfway through planning, because I'm sure you're going to have much more interesting additions to this quite interesting plan when we return. But we're going to stop tonight's session right there. Before you go out and try to kill a dragon again.
Makes sense.
Just spin that revolver and
Friends, Regans, gentle beings, thank you for lending us your eyes and ears and joining us in the successor states of Rega, Shadow of the Dragon, 5e actual play. We love you all. And now we're going to go around and do our outros, just like we did our intros. Anyway, and we're going to start at a different place than last time. We're going to start with Justina. Take us away.
Hi, I'm Justina. I play Florenta, the rogue thief who is somewhat less confused and now just more terrified. You can find me on Twitter under Justina Revolution. I have a blog under that name. So yeah, I write scary stuff and I run weird, terrifying, often disturbing games. Thank you.
It's true, and we get to do that again soon. All right. Rev.
Hi, I'm Rev. I play Oldie, the little weirdo who is not a morning person. And I make games for Thought Police. You can find us on Twitter as _Thought Police. And yeah, this was a terrifying wake-up call, which will probably change exactly none of my chaotic behavior.
All right. You.
Hi. I didn't see you there. I am Dorian _Black on the Soch Meads. I played Kole Igniades, who wants to know what love is. Want you to show him. As we go in to fight a dragon, and then probably another dragon after that, which is weird. Yeah, this has been a fantastic time. Thank you all for watching.
A dragon and another dragon?
I'm sure there's probably more.
Female dragons are known to have multiple
little harems.
mates, and that one was probably too young to actually be a mate, so it was just an applicant.
Yeah. Hey, look, I get that, but like, we know there's at least two. Is the thing
true? And Del.
Hello. I play Luka. Not confused, not upset. Just kind of this quiet, calm rage of a Spartoi right now, existing. Things are happening. We thank you for watching. Thank you for running. Jack, thank you for hosting. Lion.
And this is the difference between She-Hulk and Hulk. Just saying. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. I'm always angry when it comes to dragons.
All right, Lion.
Oh, that's me. Hi, I'm Lion. Yeah. I play Abellus. You can find me over on Twitter at TheLionKnight42 and here at Tales from the Table Studios, where along with some other amazing people, including these great folks here, we put together some incredible games to bring to you. Please check them out because they're great. We are going to be back on Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. EST when Justina will be running through another exciting episode of Liminal Horror. If you haven't seen the first one, you can catch it on VOD, and I believe at the end of this week, by Sunday at the very latest, it should be up on YouTube if it's not already. Definitely check that out. We're getting back, as far as I know, the complete original cast, which was phenomenal. Absolutely loved it. Please swing through, check that out. We will not be here next Thursday, I don't think, as Rega will be taking the week off. You can keep up with announcements in the event that we do have a one-shot or something similar that we'll be running, either over on my Twitter or on our Discord, because we have a Discord, and it's awesome. You can find the link down below. All of these amazing people are here. Incredible amount of creative minds are there, always willing to talk, whether it be talking shop, talking about the games, talking about the shows, or just hanging out. We try and foster a really great community. So, check us out there. Real quick, thanks again to all the players. Y'all are amazing. Thank you to everyone in chat. You're all amazing. I'm going to throw it to our amazing GM.
I am Jack Kellum, Jack Gogsbane of Gods and Game Masters, and I am utterly thrilled to be running for this fantastic group. Utterly thrilled to have people actually watching us. It's a secondary thing. The fun's the most important part. I got to tell you, their reactions, the way they interact with the world that I'm putting in front of them, just chef's kiss. Love you all. You can find me on Twitter at Jack Gogsbane. You can find everything else you need to know about me in my pinned tweet there on Twitter. I'm just not going to spend a whole lot more time on it. Love you guys.
Yeah. Thank you to everyone. If you've enjoyed this and you want to support us, our Ko-Fi will be up by next week, and you'll be able to get really cool behind-the-scenes stuff, including a talkback show for Rega, Shadow of the Dragon. But for now, have a great night. We love you.
Right.
Well, one more thing.
Like, by this time next week, I should have the backgrounds and the character sheets and the articles up on my website, so you guys can get additional behind the scenes information about all these characters and the players and the stuff they want to share with you. And we're going to have journals coming out for really stuff in between the games so you can get into their heads. It's going to be fun stuff. That'll be in the Rega actual play section on my website of godsandgamemasters.com.
We'll have a link to that below by the next time that we go live with Rega. But until then, thank you again for watching. We love you all. Take care of yourselves. And remember, always tell your tales. Have a good night.
Yay.
Bye.